Hey guys, it's Tuesday, September 11th, 2012.
She try and stop me.
So as you can see, I'm not in my usual location. I'm standing out on my front porch because we're all about public vlogging here at the 5 Mediocre Teenagers. There's my street. You can probably hear cars going by. So a week or so ago, I believe it was Sydney Dice challenged me to do a handstand, which I'm gonna try to do for you. But first, fun fact, I was a gymnast as a child. That's probably pretty surprising to most people who know me because it's a little bit surprising to me. I'm a pretty clumsy person. I trip over just about anything. I knock things over, I spill things. No one has ever described me as graceful, let's say that. But yeah, I did gym for almost 3 years, and I was okay-ish, you know? I wasn't great, but I knew technique, I just wasn't very graceful. So I do know the proper gymnast technique as to doing a handstand. I'm just not very good at them anymore. But I'm gonna try. Maybe the technique will help me. Let's do it.
I forgot how to throw a boomerang, but then it came back to me. It's just like riding a bike or playing with your Wii. And if you don't pay your exorcist, you'll get repossessed. And the pirate shot himself so he could have that dead man's chest. And the CO2 delivery guy always gives me gas. And I really hate mules, cause they're so half-assed. Yeah, I really hate mules, cause they're so half-assed. Yeah, I really hate mules.
Well, that was certainly embarrassing. Clearly my talent for gym dissipated long ago. But that's actually kind of what I want to talk about today, because despite the fact that I don't remember being a gymnast, and clearly I didn't retain any of my gymnast talent or physique, those 3 years of my life shaped who I am. And I think a lot of the time we forget the things that we did as kids because they've ceased to be a part of our lives. I may not be able to do any of the techniques from gym, but a lot of the instinct is still there. Quick reflexes, all of that. It helped a lot when I was learning karate. Perhaps even more than our successes, our defeats build our character. I was defeated by gym because my elbows popped out, and they still do to this day. That's something that I'll have to deal with my entire life, and it definitely had consequences. There's sort of a chain of effects. Because I wasn't able to do monkey bars anymore, I became afraid of heights. That fear of heights is a defining quality for me. It's definitely limiting, it's something that I'm very aware of, and it's something that I know I need to work on. And I think especially today, as we remember the victims of 9/11 and the thousands who have died of lung damage and other causes since, it's especially important to remember what shapes us as people. In school, we learn history because it's supposed to help us figure out what to do in the present and in the future, but I think sometimes personal history gets left out of it, especially from when you're a kid. I think that what we do as children is really important to who we end up being as adults. And I think a lot of times we forget what we do as kids because we dismiss it as unimportant, but in one way or another, it all comes back. And finally, it's time for the dice challenge. For that, I'm going to ask you to join me inside. Alright, my challenge to whoever rolls the dice is to write an ode to their favorite food. 3. This challenge goes to Megan. Megan, I'm looking forward to your ode. Sydney, I'll see you on Thursday.